before anyone rushes to hit the buy button chasing the next hype 9mm carbine. It is worth taking a breath and asking a harder question. What actually matters once the noise dies down and the marketing stops working on you? The guns that dominate banner ads and trade show booths are rarely the same ones shooters keep reaching for years later. When ammo prices jump overnight, when spare parts suddenly become hard to find, and when real trigger time starts to matter more than spec sheets and influencer opinions, certain platforms quietly separate themselves from the rest. These are the carbines that stay in rotation because they are reliable, familiar, and practical, not because they were the newest release. This list is not built around trends or hype cycles. It is built around use, repetition, and experience. It reflects what shooters actually choose when they have to balance performance, cost, maintenance, and long-term ownership. Some of these guns look boring on paper, some do not win internet arguments, and some never get pushed by big ad budgets, but they earn trust one range session at a time. These are the top 10 9mm carbine shooters secretly prefer, the ones that keep showing up when it counts, and by the time we reach the end, the number one spot may challenge what you think the best really looks like. JP Enterprises GMR-15 sits at number 10 on this list, not because it lacks performance or refinement, but because it is one of the most narrowly focused 9mm carbines ever built, and it makes no attempt to hide that fact. From its overall design philosophy down to the smallest internal details, the GMR-15 exists to dominate competition environments where speed, consistency, and controllability matter more than versatility. This is a carbine engineered for shooters who live on the timer, who measure improvement in tenths of a second, and who understand that a gun optimized for matches will always feel different from one built for general-purpose use. The platform is based around a blowback operating system, but JP proprietary recoil impulse management technology fundamentally changes how that system feels in the real world. Instead of the sharp, abrupt snap common to most blowback 9mm carbines, the GMR-15 cycles smoothly with a recoil impulse that feels stretched out and controlled, allowing the rifle to stay flat and predictable during rapid strings of fire. This directly translates to faster follow-up shots and reduced fatigue during long stages or extended match days. The trigger is another defining element, tuned from the factory to break cleanly in the 3.5 to 4 pound range, with minimal take-up and a short, positive reset that encourages aggressive shooting without sacrificing control. It is the kind of trigger that rewards disciplined fundamentals and punishes sloppy inputs, exactly what competitive shooters demand. The standard 14.5-inch barrel strikes a deliberate balance between velocity, handling, and stage maneuverability, extracting strong performance from the 9mm cartridge while keeping the overall length just over 32 inches, which makes the rifle fast through doorways, ports, and tight shooting positions. Unloaded weight sits around 6.5 pounds, light enough to feel agile in transitions, yet heavy enough to remain stable when driving the gun hard from target to target. Accuracy is consistently excellent, with match-grade performance at 50 and 100 yards that allows confident engagement of small steel and partial targets without hesitation. The extended handguard provides ample real estate for modern support hand placement and accessories, letting shooters fine-tune balance and ergonomics to their individual shooting style, while the proprietary muzzle device is engineered to redirect gases efficiently to minimize muzzle rise and keep the dot or sights tracking straight through recoil. Fit and finish throughout the rifle reflect JP obsession with precision machining, from tight tolerances to smooth cycling and a general sense that every component was selected for a reason. On a USPSA PCC stage, the GMR-15 feels intuitive, predictable, and forgiving in the ways that matter most, allowing skilled shooters to focus on stage planning, movement, and execution rather than fighting the gun. However, once you step outside that competition-focused environment, the calculus changes. For home defense, training, or general-purpose use, many of the features that justify the GMR-15 design become unnecessary, and in some cases excessive. The refined recoil system, competition-tuned trigger, and premium components are all reflected in a current market price hovering around $1,800. And that investment only truly makes sense if you are actively competing or planning to do so. In practical defensive roles, simpler and less expensive 9mm carbines can deliver similar reliability and effectiveness without the same financial commitment. The GMR-15 also assumes a shooter who understands and appreciates its purpose, someone who values consistency over adaptability and is willing to maintain a rifle built to tight tolerances. It is not a forgiving platform for neglect or casual ownership, and it does not pretend to be a do-everything solution. Instead, it represents a philosophy that specialization is not a weakness when the mission is clearly defined. For competitive shooters who live in the world of split times, stage flow, and repeatable performance under pressure, the JP Enterprises GMR-15 is an exceptional tool that delivers exactly what it promises. For everyone else, it remains an impressive example of engineering excellence that may never fully justify its cost or complexity. That combination of brilliance and limitation is exactly why it lands at number 10. Not because it fails to perform, but because it performs so well within a mission that only a specific group of shooters truly needs. Springfield Armory St. Victor enters at number 9 because it represents a philosophy that prioritizes familiarity, practicality, and real-world usability over experimental engineering, and for a huge portion of shooters that approach simply makes sense. Built by Springfield Armory, the St. Victor 9mm carbine is designed to feel instantly recognizable to anyone who has spent time behind an AR-15, and that familiarity is not accidental. It is the foundation of the entire platform. From the grip angle and safety placement to the charging handle, magazine release, and overall balance, this rifle feels like an extension of skills many shooters already have, eliminating retraining and reducing hesitation under stress. The St. Victor uses a straight blowback operating system, which keeps the internal design simple and robust, minimizing maintenance complexity while maximizing reliability across a wide range of ammunition. The forged 7075 T6 aluminum upper and lower receivers give the rifle a solid, duty-grade feel that inspires confidence, and the overall construction strikes a balance between strength and weight, coming in at just over 6 pounds unloaded. One of the defining features of this platform is its 16-inch barrel, which allows the 9mm cartridge to fully develop velocity compared to shorter configurations, often pushing 124 grain loads well beyond typical pistol performance and resulting in flatter trajectories and improved consistency at distance. Overall length sits at approximately 35 inches, placing it squarely in familiar carbine territory and making it comfortable to maneuver indoors while still offering the stability of a full-length platform. The barrel features a durable finish designed to resist corrosion and wear, and the twist rate is optimized for common 9mm bullet weights, ensuring reliable accuracy and predictable point of impact. Ergonomics are pure AR, which means shooters can easily mount optics, lights, slings, and accessories using familiar interfaces without adapting their setup or training habits. The trigger is intentionally serviceable rather than competition-light, offering a consistent pull suited for defensive and training roles where reliability and control matter more than shaving fractions of a second. Ambidextrous controls come standard, making the rifle accessible to left-handed shooters and adding versatility without complicating the manual of arms. Where the St. Victor shows its trade-offs is in recoil impulse, as straight blowback systems produce a sharper snap than delayed or gas-operated designs, especially during rapid strings of fire. However, that recoil is linear, predictable, and easy to manage with proper technique, particularly for shooters already accustomed to blowback 9mm platforms. The benefit of that trade-off is a system that runs cleanly, feeds reliably, and tolerates a wide variety of ammunition, making it well-suited for high round count training sessions and defensive readiness. Balance is another strong point, as the rifle does not feel overly front-heavy despite its barrel length, allowing smooth target transitions and comfortable handling during extended range time. From a logistics standpoint, The St. Victor integrates seamlessly into existing AR ecosystems, meaning magazines, accessories, and training carry over naturally, which is a significant advantage for shooters who already own AR rifles. Current market pricing typically places the St. Victor in a more approachable range than premium competition-focused PCCs, offering solid performance without forcing buyers to pay for specialized features they may never use. This makes it an attractive option for shooters looking for a dependable 9mm carbine that can serve multiple roles, from home defense to range training, without demanding a steep learning curve or excessive investment. It does not attempt to reinvent the category or push cutting-edge innovation, and that restraint is part of its appeal. Instead, it focuses on executing proven concepts well, delivering a rifle that feels intuitive, dependable, and practical. The St. Victor may not offer the smoothest recoil or the most advanced operating system on this list, but compensates with familiarity, reliability, and ease of integration into an AR-based lifestyle. For shooters who value muscle memory, straightforward performance, and a platform that simply works without drama, the Springfield Armory St. Victor earns its place at number 9 by doing exactly what it promises and nothing it does not, proving that sometimes the most effective tool is the one you already know how to use. Smith & Wesson M and PFPC earns the number 8 position because it represents one of the most practical and deliberately designed 9mm carbines available, a platform created to solve everyday problems that many shooters actually face rather than chasing competition trophies or marketing hype. From the very beginning, the M and PFPC was built around the idea that a carbine is only useful if you can realistically have it with you, and that philosophy defines every aspect of its design. The standout feature is its folding architecture, which allows the rifle to collapse down to just over 16 inches in overall length, compact enough to disappear behind a truck seat, fit cleanly inside a backpack, or stored discreetly in tight spaces where a traditional carbine would be impractical. When deployed, the folding mechanism locks up solidly and confidently, transforming the platform into a full-length carbine measuring roughly 30 inches overall, ready to be brought into action in seconds without tools, adjustments, or complicated manipulation. This transition is fast, intuitive, and repeatable, which matters when stress is high and time is limited. Unloaded weight sits at approximately 5.3 pounds, making the M and PFPC noticeably lighter than most carbines in this category, and that reduced weight pays dividends in both carry comfort and handling, especially for shooters who may need to keep the rifle with them for extended periods. The 16.25-inch barrel strikes a thoughtful balance between compact storage and ballistic performance, allowing the 9mm cartridge to achieve meaningful velocity gains over shorter barrels while maintaining controllability and a neutral balance. The operating system is straight blowback, chosen for its simplicity, durability, and ease of maintenance. And while this results in a more pronounced recoil impulse compared to delayed systems, the recoil remains linear, predictable, and manageable, particularly given the rifle lightweight and ergonomics. Reliability is a strong point, with the platform running consistently across a wide range of ammunition types, making it well-suited for both training and defensive readiness. One of the most practical advantages of the M and PFPC is magazine compatibility, as it feeds directly from M and P pistol magazines, allowing shooters to share magazines and ammunition between their handgun and carbine without investing in a separate ecosystem. Flush-fit magazines keep the profile compact for storage and carry, while extended magazines provide increased capacity when needed, offering flexibility without complexity. The aluminum chassis incorporates MLOK mounting points, giving users the ability to add essential accessories like lights and optics while keeping the rifle streamlined and free of unnecessary bulk. Ergonomics are straightforward and intuitive, prioritizing ease of use and immediate familiarity rather than deep customization, which aligns perfectly with the rifle's intended role as a grab-and-go solution. The trigger is serviceable and consistent, clearly designed with reliability and control in mind rather than competition refinement. And accuracy is practical and repeatable at typical defensive distances, delivering dependable performance without pretending to be a precision instrument. From a logistics standpoint, the M&P FPC is easy to live with, easy to maintain, and easy to integrate into an existing setup, especially for shooters already invested in the M&P pistol line. Current market pricing generally places it in an accessible range, making it attractive to shooters who want a reliable 9mm carbine without stepping into premium pricing or accepting unnecessary complexity. The trade-offs are clear and intentional, as the blowback system and utilitarian trigger remind you that this is not a match gun or a refined competition platform, but those compromises by simplicity, durability, and ease of ownership. Where the M&P FPC truly shines is in roles where mobility, storage, and readiness matter more than raw performance metrics, excelling as a vehicle gun, emergency carbine, or compact defensive option that fits into real life rather than demanding special accommodations. It does not try to impress with exotic technology or chase marginal gains, and that restraint is exactly what makes it effective. For shooters who value portability, shared logistics, and a carbine that can realistically be kept close at hand, the Smith & Wesson M&P FPC delivers a thoughtful balance of size, weight, reliability, and usability, earning its place at number 8 by doing exactly what it was designed to do and doing it exceptionally well. Ruger PC Carbine earns the number 7 position on this list because it represents a rare kind of firearm that prioritizes longevity, adaptability, and real-world usefulness over short-term hype. And over the years, it has quietly evolved into one of the most dependable 9mm carbines available. Introduced as a practical alternative to lighter, flasher PCCs, the PC Carbine has steadily improved through incremental refinements rather than dramatic redesigns, and that approach shows in how well it holds up under sustained use. At its core, this rifle is built as a utility tool, something meant to be owned for a long time, shot often, transported easily, and trusted without constant tuning or upgrades. One of its most defining features is the takedown system, which allows the rifle to separate into 2 major assemblies quickly and securely without the use of tools. With a simple push and twist, the barrel and fore-end detach from the receiver, reducing the overall package to a compact form that fits easily into a backpack or discrete case, making travel and storage significantly easier than with a fixed carbine. Reassembly is fast and repeatable, locking up solidly and maintaining consistent point of impact, which is critical for a gun that may be taken apart and reassembled frequently. Fully assembled, the Ruger PC Carbine measures approximately 34 inches in overall length, with a 16.12-inch barrel that provides a familiar carbine profile while still offering enough length to extract useful velocity from the 9mm cartridge. Weight is one of the most discussed aspects of this platform, coming in at close to 7 pounds loaded, which places it on the heavier side compared to many modern PCCs. However, that weight is not accidental or wasted, as it contributes directly to the rifle's stability, durability, and recoil control. The extra mass helps soak up the blowback impulse, keeping the rifle planted during rapid fire and making it easier to track sights or optics through recoil. The operating system itself is straight blowback, chosen for its simplicity, robustness, and ease of maintenance. And while it does not offer the smoothness of delayed systems, Ruger tuning combined with the rifle weight results in a recoil impulse that is predictable and manageable rather than sharp or erratic. Accuracy is another area where the PC Carbine consistently delivers, producing tight, repeatable groups at typical carbine distances that make it more than capable for training, defensive use, or practical field roles such as ranch or property work. Reliability is arguably its strongest trait, as the platform is known to run a wide range of ammunition without complaint, from inexpensive bolt practice loads to higher quality defensive rounds, making it economical to train with and easy to keep running over high round counts. A major advantage of the Ruger PC Carbine is its magazine flexibility, as the rifle is designed to accept multiple magazine types through interchangeable magazine well inserts, allowing shooters to run common pistol magazines and integrate the carbine seamlessly into an existing handgun setup. This flexibility reduces logistical complexity and makes the rifle especially appealing to shooters who value a unified system rather than investing in proprietary magazines. The chassis design supports modern optics and accessories, offering mounting options that allow users to configure the rifle for their specific needs without turning it into a fragile or overly complex platform. Ergonomics are straightforward and functional, with controls that feel intuitive and a balance that favors stability over speed. The trigger is serviceable and consistent, clearly designed with reliability and safety in mind rather than competition refinement, which aligns with the rifle utilitarian character. From a durability standpoint, the PC Carbine feels overbuilt in a reassuring way, with materials and construction that inspire confidence during hard use and long-term ownership. Current market pricing generally places the Ruger PC Carbine in a reasonable and accessible range, especially when its durability, versatility, and long-term support are taken into account, offering strong value for shooters who prioritize reliability over novelty. The trade-offs are clear and honest, as the rifle is not lightweight, not particularly sleek, and not designed to dominate competition stages or impress on social media. But those are conscious design choices rather than shortcomings. Instead of trying to be everything at once, the Ruger PC Carbine focuses on being dependable, adaptable, and easy to live with over years of use. It may not generate excitement at first glance, but it earns trust through consistent performance, thoughtful design, and a proven track record. As a general-purpose 9mm carbine that can be broken down for travel, trained with extensively, and relied upon without drama, it is difficult to fault, and that quiet competence is exactly why the Ruger PC Carbine secures its place at number 7 on this list. XAR EP9 earns the number 6 position because it completely disrupts expectations about what an affordable 9mm carbine can realistically offer, proving that low cost does not have to mean low capability, poor reliability, or disposable quality. From the outset, the EP9 was designed with accessibility as its core mission, targeting shooters who want a functional, lightweight, and reliable platform without spending premium money or committing to an overcomplicated system. With current pricing typically sitting under $500, the EP9 immediately stands apart in a market where many pistol-caliber carbines climb well beyond that range before accessories are even considered. Weight is one of the first things that surprises people, as the EP9 comes in under 5 pounds unloaded, making it exceptionally easy to handle, quick to shoulder, and comfortable to shoot for extended range sessions without fatigue. That low weight is largely the result of its polymer-heavy construction, which keeps mass down while still maintaining structural integrity through reinforced stress points and a rigid internal housing. Despite common skepticism around polymer, the EP9 has shown itself to be durable enough for regular use, offering a practical balance between strength and efficiency rather than overbuilt excess. The carbine features a compact overall footprint, with an overall length that stays short and maneuverable, making it well-suited for home defense, tight indoor environments, or storage in smaller spaces. A barrel length of approximately 6.5 inches keeps the platform agile and quick handling while still delivering effective performance from 9mm ammunition at typical defensive distances. The operating system is straight blowback, chosen for simplicity and reliability, but what sets the EP9 apart is how well that system is managed for a gun this light. Recoil is noticeably softer than many shooters expect, with the internal design doing a respectable job of preventing the harsh, jarring impulse often associated with budget blowback carbines. This makes the EP9 easier to control during rapid fire and more approachable for newer shooters who may be sensitive to recoil. One of the platform's strongest advantages is Glock magazine compatibility, which immediately opens the door to a massive ecosystem of affordable, widely available magazines and allows shooters to share magazines between their handgun and carbine without additional investment. This simplifies logistics, reduces long-term costs, and makes the EP9 an easy fit for shooters already invested in Glock pattern pistols. Reliability is another area where the EP9 consistently exceeds expectations, as it runs a wide range of ammunition without complaint, including inexpensive bulk loads, and steel-cased ammo, making it ideal for high round count range sessions without worrying about wear or finicky behavior. Accuracy is practical and consistent within its intended role, delivering dependable performance at close to medium distances without pretending to be a precision or competition-focused platform. Controls and ergonomics are intentionally basic, prioritizing function over refinement. And while the trigger lacks the crisp break of higher-end carbines, it remains consistent and usable, aligning with the EP9 mission as a straightforward, no-nonsense tool. These compromises are where the EP9 clearly shows its price point, as the controls feel utilitarian and the overall fit and finish are simple rather than polished. But none of these factors prevent the gun from doing its job effectively. Maintenance is uncomplicated, parts count is low, and ownership is refreshingly straightforward, making the EP9 especially appealing as a first 9mm carbine or a budget-conscious addition to an existing collection. From a design perspective, the EP9 does not try to impress with exotic engineering, premium finishes, or competition credentials. Instead, it focuses on delivering core functionality, reliability, and usability at a price point that lowers the barrier to entry for many shooters. That focus is exactly why it resonates, as it challenges the assumption that affordable firearms are inherently short-lived or limited to casual use. The EP9 demonstrates that smart design choices, modern materials, and clear priorities can stretch a dollar far further than expected. For new shooters, budget-conscious owners, or anyone looking for a lightweight, compact, and reliable 9mm carbine that simply works, the XAR EP9 offers undeniable value. It may not be refined, and it does not pretend to compete with premium platforms, but delivers honest performance where it counts. That combination of accessibility, reliability, and practicality is what earns the EP9 its place at number 6, standing as clear proof that affordability does not have to mean disposable. B and T APC9 Pro earns the number 5 position because it comes from a completely different design mindset than most 9mm carbines, one rooted in professional use, institutional testing, and real-world deployment rather than civilian trends or competition pressure. From the moment you handle the APC9 Pro, it is clear that this platform was built for military units, law enforcement teams, and protective details that demand absolute consistency under stress. The operating system is one of its defining characteristics, using a hydraulic buffer that controls bolt velocity and spreads recoil over a longer impulse, resulting in an exceptionally smooth shooting experience that immediately sets it apart from traditional blowback designs. Instead of the sharp snap common to many 9mm carbines, the APC9 Pro delivers a soft, flat recoil that keeps the gun level and controllable during rapid fire, which is critical in close-quarters environments. The standard configuration features a barrel length around 7 inches, optimized for maneuverability while maintaining excellent accuracy at CQB distances, and an overall length of roughly 21 to 22 inches with the stock extended, making it compact enough for vehicle operations and indoor movement, without feeling cramped or unstable. Weight typically sits around 6 pounds unloaded, giving the carbine a solid, balanced feel that soaks up recoil without becoming burdensome during extended carry. Ergonomics are clearly designed with professional users in mind, featuring fully ambidextrous controls across the platform, including safety, magazine release, bolt catch, and charging handle, allowing seamless operation for both right and left-handed shooters without compromise. The non-reciprocating charging handle folds neatly out of the way when not in use, reducing snag hazards and contributing to the gun clean, purposeful profile. Suppressed performance is where the APC9 Pro truly excels, as the hydraulic system manages back pressure extremely well, minimizing gas blowback and maintaining reliable cycling with subsonic ammunition, making it one of the smoothest and quietest suppressed 9mm carbines available. Accuracy is consistently excellent for a platform of this size, delivering tight, repeatable groups at typical engagement distances and inspiring confidence during fast target transitions. Fit and finish reflect Swiss manufacturing standards, with precise machining, tight tolerances, and a level of refinement that is immediately noticeable when compared to mass-produced platforms. Every control feels deliberate, every component feels overbuilt in the right way, and nothing about the gun feels accidental or cost-cut. That level of refinement, however, comes with a significant downside: price. The APC9 Pro typically commands a price well into the mid to high $2,000 range, depending on configuration, and proprietary magazines add additional costs that quickly pushes total investment higher. This places the platform firmly in the realm of professionals, agencies, and dedicated enthusiasts who are willing to pay for proven performance rather than versatility or affordability. From a civilian perspective, this cost can be difficult to justify when more affordable 9mm carbines exist that perform well enough for training or home defense. The APC9 Pro is not designed to be modular in the consumer sense, nor is it intended to integrate easily into budget ecosystems. It is a purpose-built tool with a narrow focus, and that focus is professional-grade reliability, control, and refinement. For shooters who value smooth recoil, exceptional suppressed performance, and a platform that feels engineered rather than assembled, the APC9 Pro delivers an experience few others can match. It is not flashy, it does not rely on marketing hype, and it does not attempt to appeal to everyone. Instead, it offers a level of confidence and shootability that reflects its intended audience. That combination of deliberate design, real-world pedigree, and uncompromising execution is why the B and T APC9 Pro earns its place at number 5, standing as a reminder that when cost is secondary to performance, refinement becomes a defining feature rather than a luxury. CMMG Banshee earns the number 4 position because it fundamentally fixes what most 9mm AR platforms have historically gotten wrong: harsh recoil, excessive bolt mass, and poor suppress behavior, and it does so with real engineering rather than cosmetic fixes. Built by CMMG, the Banshee looks familiar on the outside, retaining classic AR ergonomics that immediately feel natural to anyone with time behind an AR-15, but internally it is a completely different system. The core of the design is CMMG radial delayed blowback technology, which uses specially angled bolt lugs to delay rearward movement just long enough to allow chamber pressure to drop, reducing the need for a heavy bolt and buffer. This single change transforms how the rifle shoots. Instead of the sharp, abrupt recoil impulse common to straight blowback 9mm ARs, the Banshee delivers a smoother, more controlled push that keeps the gun flatter and easier to track during rapid fire. This advantage becomes even more pronounced when shooting suppressed, where the delayed system dramatically reduces back pressure, gas blowback, and overall violence in the action, making extended suppressed shooting far more comfortable and controllable. The Banshee is offered in multiple configurations, with barrel lengths commonly ranging from about 5 inches up to 8 inches, allowing shooters to choose between maximum compactness or a bit more velocity and balance. Overall length remains short with the brace or stock collapsed, typically around the mid-20-inch range, depending on configuration, and unloaded weight sits in the mid-5-pound range, giving the rifle a quick, lively feel that excels in tight spaces and fast transitions. Accuracy is consistently excellent for a 9mm platform, delivering tight, repeatable groups at typical carbine distances and enough precision to confidently engage small targets during competition or training. Handling is where the Banshee truly separates itself, as the combination of reduced recoil, lighter reciprocating mass, and familiar AR controls allows shooters to move aggressively without fighting the gun or waiting for it to settle between shots. Magazine compatibility varies by variant, with many models feeding from Glock magazines, keeping logistics simple and affordable, while others are configured for different magazine patterns depending on user preference. This flexibility allows the Banshee to integrate easily into existing setups without forcing shooters into obscure or expensive magazine ecosystems. From a maintenance standpoint, the system remains approachable for AR users, though the proprietary bolt and barrel are non-negotiable parts of the design, meaning you're committing to CMMG ecosystem rather than freely swapping components. That is the primary trade-off. as replacement parts and upgrades must come from CMMG rather than the broader AR aftermarket. However, the performance payoff is immediate and tangible, especially for shooters who have spent time behind traditional blowback 9mm ARs and understand their limitations. The trigger feel and control layout remain familiar, allowing easy integration of aftermarket triggers, grips, and furniture, which helps bridge the gap between innovation and familiarity. Current market pricing typically places the Banshee in a mid to upper tier range, higher than entry-level PCCs, but well below premium boutique platforms, reflecting the added engineering without pushing it out of reach for serious enthusiasts. This pricing sweet spot makes it especially attractive to shooters who want a noticeable performance upgrade without jumping into professional-grade cost territory. The Banshee thrives in multiple roles, functioning equally well as a competition gun, a training platform, or a defensive carbine, thanks to its balance of smooth recoil, compact handling, and reliable operation. It does not feel over-specialized, nor does it feel compromised, instead occupying a rare middle ground where innovation enhances versatility rather than limiting it. For shooters who want AR ergonomics with genuinely improved 9mm performance, especially those planning to run suppressed or shoot high round counts, the CMMG Banshee delivers a refined experience that is immediately obvious on the range. It earns its number 4 ranking not because it is the most exotic or the most expensive option, but because it proves that thoughtful engineering can elevate the AR-based 9mm platform beyond its traditional constraints, offering smoother recoil, better control, and real-world shootability without abandoning the familiarity that makes the AR system so appealing in the first place. PSA AKV earns the number 3 position because it successfully translates the core philosophy of the AK platform into the 9mm world, delivering durability, simplicity, and reliability in a package that feels purpose-built rather than experimental. Developed by Palmetto State Armory, the AKV is unapologetically utilitarian, built for shooters who value function over refinement and trust designs that prioritize mechanical robustness above all else. At its heart, the AKV uses a straight blowback operating system paired with a heavy bolt and reinforced internals, a combination chosen specifically to ensure consistent operation across a wide range of ammunition without relying on complex timing or delicate parts. The platform typically features a 10.5-inch barrel optimized for 9mm performance, threaded for muzzle devices and treated for corrosion resistance, contributing to long-term durability even under hard use. Overall length comes in around the high 20-inch range, depending on the stock or brace configuration, keeping the gun compact enough for close quarters handling while still offering the solid feel of a traditional carbine. Unloaded weight sits at roughly 6 pounds, which gives the AKV a planted, stable shooting character that soaks up recoil and reinforces its rugged personality. One of the most significant design choices is magazine compatibility, as the AKV feeds from widely available CZ Scorpion pattern magazines, which are affordable, durable, and easy to source, eliminating the need for proprietary or expensive feeding solutions. This choice alone makes the AKV appealing to shooters who want to stock magazines without breaking the bank. Ergonomically, the rifle stays true to classic AK controls, with a familiar safety lever, charging handle placement, and overall manual of arms that will feel instantly recognizable to AK users. Palmetto State Armory also made smart modern updates, including a last-round bolt hold open feature, something traditional AKs lack, which adds real usability without compromising the platform identity. Accuracy is best described as practical rather than impressive, with the AKV delivering consistent, serviceable groups at typical carbine distances that are more than adequate for training, defensive use, and recreational shooting, even if it will not compete with match-oriented platforms. Recoil impulse is heavier than delayed systems due to the blowback design, but it remains predictable and manageable, especially given the rifle weight and balance. Reliability is where the AKV truly shines, as it runs hard and keeps running, digesting a wide range of ammunition without fuss, making it well suited for high round count sessions and shooters who value consistency over finesse. Fit and finish reflect its utilitarian nature, with a focus on durability rather than cosmetic perfection. And while it lacks the refinement and smoothness of higher-end carbines, that trade-off keeps costs down and performance honest. Current market pricing generally places the AKV in a very accessible range compared to premium 9mm carbines, offering strong value for shooters who want a rugged, dependable platform without paying for features they may never use. The downsides are clear and honest, as the platform is not lightweight, not especially refined, and not designed to deliver competition-level accuracy or smooth recoil characteristics. However, those limitations are a direct result of design choices that prioritize reliability, simplicity, and affordability. For shooters who trust the AK philosophy and appreciate a firearm that feels built to endure abuse rather than impress on paper, the PSA AKV makes a compelling case. It does not try to reinvent the category or chase modern trends, instead delivering a 9mm carbine that embodies the same workhorse mentality that made the AK famous in the first place. That combination of rugged construction, affordable magazines, straightforward operation, and proven reliability is exactly why the PSA AKV earns its place at number 3, standing as a reminder that refinement is optional, but dependability is not. Century Arms AP5 earns the number 2 position because it gives shooters access to one of the most respected operating systems in the 9mm world without forcing them to pay collector or elite tier prices, and that alone makes it a standout. The AP5 is built around the classic roller-delayed blowback system that defined the MP5 legacy, a system engineered to slow bolt movement through mechanical delay rather than brute mass. And the result is a shooting experience that feels dramatically different from most modern pistol caliber carbines. Instead of a sharp snap or heavy bolt slam, recoil arrives as a smooth, controlled push that keeps the gun flat and easy to track, even during fast strings of fire. This makes follow-up shots feel almost automatic and gives the AP5 a level of shootability that many shooters immediately notice the first time they pull the trigger. The platform typically features an 8.9-inch barrel optimized for compact handling and reliable cycling, paired with an overall length around 17 to 18 inches with the stock collapsed, making it exceptionally well suited for close quarters use while still remaining stable and controllable when extended. Weight sits around 6.5 pounds unloaded, giving the rifle a solid, balanced feel that complements the smooth recoil impulse rather than fighting it. Fit and finish are impressively solid for the price point, with a welded steel receiver that feels rigid and authentic, reflecting its military lineage rather than modern cost-cutting shortcuts. The iconic MP5 style ergonomics are fully present, from the paddle magazine release to the diopter-style sights, delivering that unmistakable handling that has made the platform famous worldwide. Suppressed performance is one of the AP5's strongest advantages, as the roller-delayed system manages back pressure far more efficiently than straight blowback designs, resulting in reduced gas to the face, softer cycling, and a quieter overall shooting experience when paired with a suppressor. Reliability is well proven once the platform is properly broken in, with the AP5 running a wide range of ammunition consistently and without drama, reinforcing its reputation as a serious working gun rather than novelty. Accuracy is more than sufficient for defensive use, training, and practical shooting, with predictable performance at typical carbine distances that allows shooters to focus on speed and control rather than fighting the gun. The trigger is unmistakably military grade, heavier and less refined than modern competition triggers, which can feel dated to some shooters, and early examples sometimes benefited from a brief break-in period to smooth out initial stiffness. However, once settled, the trigger becomes consistent and predictable, and the overall system feels cohesive and reliable. Magazine compatibility with widely available MP5 pattern magazines keeps ownership practical, avoiding the high costs often associated with proprietary systems, and adds to the platform's long-term appeal. Current market pricing places the AP5 well below original German-made counterparts, often by hundreds of dollars, making true roller-delayed performance accessible to a much broader audience. This balance of cost, performance, and heritage is what makes the AP5 so compelling, as it delivers a classic shooting experience that feels refined, smooth, and confidence-inspiring without demanding an unreasonable investment. It is not a competition gun, and it does not try to modernize itself beyond recognition, but it excels at what it was designed to do. Once you spend real time behind the AP5, it becomes clear why so many shooters gravitate toward it, because the gun feels easy to shoot well, easy to control, and easy to trust. That combination of smooth recoil, excellent suppression characteristics, proven reliability, and classic handling is why the Century Arms AP5 secures the #2 spot, standing as one of the smartest ways to experience roller-delayed 9mm performance today. SIG Sauer MPX takes the #1 position on this list because it is one of the very few 9mm carbines that was engineered from the ground up to eliminate problems other platforms still try to work around. And that difference is impossible to ignore once you spend real time behind it. Unlike straight blowback or delayed blowback designs that rely on heavy bolts, timing tricks, or recoil compromises, the MPX uses a true short-stroke gas piston system that was specifically scaled and tuned for 9mm, and that single engineering choice fundamentally changes how the rifle behaves. Recoil is not sharp or abrupt. Instead, it comes back as a smooth, controlled impulse that keeps the rifle flat and predictable during rapid fire, allowing faster follow-up shots and far less sight disruption. This is a carbine that feels balanced rather than mechanical, responsive rather than violent, and that matters when shooting fast strings or transitioning between targets. Depending on configuration, the MPX is offered with barrel lengths ranging from roughly 8 inches up to 16 inches, with the most common setups falling in the 8 to 8.5 inch range for compact handling or the full 16-inch option for maximum velocity and compliance. Overall length varies with configuration and stock position, but the rifle maintains excellent balance throughout, avoiding the nose-heavy feel common to many PCCs. Unloaded weight typically sits around 6.5 pounds, and that weight is distributed in a way that makes the rifle feel lively rather than cumbersome, even once optics, lights, and suppressors are added. One of the MPX's most defining strengths is suppress performance, where the adjustable gas system truly separates it from field. The ability to tune gas for different ammunition types allows shooters to run subsonic loads or suppress setups with minimal gas blowback, reduced port pop, and consistent cycling, making extended suppressed shooting far more comfortable than with blowback-based platforms. Ergonomics are pure AR, with familiar controls, grip angle, charging handle placement, and manual of arms, meaning shooters transitioning from an AR-15 face virtually no learning curve. This familiarity extends to accessories as well, as the MPX accepts common AR furniture, triggers, optics, and mounting solutions, allowing users to configure the rifle exactly to their preferences without fighting proprietary layouts. Accuracy is consistently strong for a 9mm platform, delivering repeatable performance at typical defensive and training distances while remaining confident beyond 50 yards, and the rifle does not feel ammunition sensitive when properly tuned. The trigger from the factory is serviceable and consistent, and easily upgraded for shooters who want a lighter or crisper break. Fit and finish reflect SIG emphasis on precision manufacturing, with tight tolerances and a refined feel that reinforces the MPX premium positioning. Magazine design is proprietary, which adds cost and limits cross-compatibility with pistol magazines. But those magazines are engineered specifically to ensure reliable feeding across a wide range of bullet profiles, including hollow points, and that reliability is part of the overall system design rather than an afterthought. The downside is price, as the MPX typically sits in the high teens to low $2,000 range depending on configuration, with magazines and accessories adding to the investment. That cost puts it out of reach for some shooters and makes it difficult to justify purely as a casual range toy. However, what that price buys is refinement that very few 9mm carbines can match, especially in recoil management, suppressed shooting, and overall shootability. The MPX does not feel like a compromised platform or a pistol cartridge forced into a rifle format. It feels purpose-built, confident, and mature. It bridges training, defensive use, and recreational shooting without being over-specialized, and it rewards shooters who value control, consistency, and predictability over raw simplicity or low entry cost. For those who prioritize smooth recoil, adjustable gas performance, familiar ergonomics, and a carbine that stays composed under speed, the SIG Sauer MPX consistently delivers where others fall short. It is not cheap, it is not minimal, and it is not trying to appeal to everyone, but it solves core problems rather than masking them. That combination of thoughtful engineering, real-world performance, and refined handling is exactly why the SIG Sauer MPX earns the #1 spot, standing as the benchmark 9mm carbine that others are still chasing rather than surpassing. Final takeaway: this is where everything comes together, and it is the part that actually matters once the video ends and the screen goes dark. You do not win by chasing price tags, brand prestige, or whatever the algorithm is pushing this month. You win by choosing engineering that fits your reality, how you train, how often you shoot, how you store your gear, and what you realistically expect a 9mm carbine to do when it is in your hands. The smartest shooters are not building collections around hype or marketing promises. They are building systems around reliability, control, and purpose. They care about how the carbine recoils during fast strings, how predictable it feels under pressure, how well it handles suppressed fire, how easy it is to maintain, and whether it integrates cleanly with the magazines, ammo, and skills they already have. Some of the platforms on this list are compact and lightweight. Others are heavier but more stable. Some use simple blowback designs. Others rely on delayed systems or true gas operation. Each comes with strengths, compromises, and a price point that reflects those choices. None of them are perfect, but every one of them earned its place because it solves a real problem instead of creating a new one. Marketing can make anything look impressive for a few minutes, but confidence comes from rounds down range, consistency over time, and knowing exactly why you chose the tool you're holding. If one of these surprised you, challenged your assumptions, or made you rethink what actually matters in a 9mm carbine, say something. And if you're running a platform that you think deserves a seat at this table, share it. That exchange of real experience, not polished ads or spec sheets, is where the most valuable knowledge in this space actually lives.